I had never previously experienced any sleep disturbances or sleepwalking. A few years ago, that fact changed. Several nights in a row, I had awoken suddenly. Each time, I noticed a slim figure standing over me by the side of the bed. I always sleep with the lights off, and my two shades completely shut, so it's always quite dark in my room. Only a small amount of moonlight filters through the shades. Every time I saw the being, I would feel completely paralyzed, despite being fully awake. It felt as if my mind was weakened, almost as if something was draining my energy. I would also hear a loud humming sound, similar to the sound of a large ventilation system. If I put all my effort into it, I could break the paralysis, and the figure would slowly back out of the moonlight as I did so. I spoke with my doctor about these encounters, and he suggested it might be a condition known as sleep paralysis, which is essentially a dream that feels as if you are completely awake and aware of everything around you, but unable to move. I believed this was a reasonable explanation, so I was no longer concerned about it. The next time it happened, I was on the verge of falling asleep. Instead of fighting it, I just closed my eyes again. Oddly enough, I started feeling very light, almost as if I was falling. It startled me, so I opened my eyes and sat up. However, it was already morning and bright outside. I looked at my phone and it was past 11 a.m. I was confused because I felt as if a few minutes earlier, I was trying to fall asleep. I got dressed, went downstairs, and then went along with my day as usual. At some point, I noticed a small bump on my arm, beneath my skin. It is approximately the size of a dime and fairly hard. When I pushed it in a direction, I could see it move slightly under my skin. I also had broken blood vessels on part of my leg. I wasn't overly concerned with these anomalies. I assumed I just hadn't noticed them before. Later that night, I fell asleep without incident. However, I began experiencing vivid dreams. I was strapped to a bench, naked, in a dark room. Directly across from me, also strapped down, was what I identified as a gray extraterrestrial. It appeared to be staring at me, but it was difficult to tell where its eyes were pointed, since it didn't have visible pupils. Other alien beings were standing around me, and I felt needles enter my arm and hand. One of them placed its hand on my chest, and just held it there for several minutes, almost as if it was checking my pulse. At the end of the dream, I felt the same falling sensation from before. In another dream, I was being transported somewhere. As I was led through a corridor, I noticed a reddish glow coming from each side. There were transparent cylinders or tubes full of liquid. The substance looked like a combination of near liquefied hamburger mixed with a pinkish clear fluid. There were extraterrestrial beings in several of the tubes. I asked what the liquid was for, and I was informed that it was cow used as a food source. I also saw human body parts floating in a couple of the tubes, arms, legs, and fingers. So I did not believe they were being truthful with me. They did not speak English. I heard their voices almost as if it were my own thoughts speaking to me. To this day, I still experience anxiety when attempting to fall asleep. Occasionally, I'll have a dream in which I experience another type of encounter. I've done a lot of research, and it led to my current interest in paranormal phenomena. However, part of me still yearns for a day when I can finally forget it ever happened. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in our channel, please subscribe for future videos.